Hey, what up, y'all? I am Lou. I want to talk to y'all today about Microsoft forcing Bing to be the default search engine in Chrome. But you know what? Before we start, I got a series coming out, Tech Talk with Lou. Not TikTok, but Tech Talk with Lou, coming out soon. So go ahead and subscribe. So today I want to talk to you about this article that I came across. Pretty much it reads, Microsoft to force Chrome default search to Bing using Office 365 installer. So I kind of, went through the article, started kind of reading. This is going to be more so implied to enterprise, entities. What they're doing is they're going to pretty much have certain configuration in place by default. So any IT admin, right, they push these updates out to all the computers in the network. One of the settings, one of the new updates in a ways is gonna default the search engine to Bing. Now, it doesn't mean you can't change it. Just go into the settings, should be able to change it. I have seen how Microsoft does some of their admin changes, right, in the past where you need an admin password to modify the changes, right? Which I think is terrible. I get why they do that, right, in certain cases, but there's some stuff like changing my wallpaper. You need an admin password to change that, which again I think is crazy. I get it. It's stupid in my mind, right? So I think I'm hoping that's not the case. It's nothing to that level. Command, that's gonna suck. That means anybody who's using a corporate laptop, desktop, etc., and once your IT staff pushes these updates, your search engine is going to be Bing. Even though you're using Chrome, it's going to be Bing. I used Bing before. I'm not going to lie, I have not used it lately. Probably the last time I used it was I'm going to say a few months back. I don't want to call their search engine crap. It could have been improved, right, from then to now. What I do know is the last time I used it and I was doing some comparisons, my results without a doubt in Chrome was way more better than Bing, without a doubt. I personally think Google search is probably the best search out there. I get it, it's the more widely used search out there, but personally for me, I actually think it's the better search, out of all the search engines out there. I just think it's very interesting how Microsoft is attacking this, right? Anybody with a personal PC, you're safe, right? They're not going to touch that. Anybody, though, that's using a corporate machine, and a lot of people, a lot of organizations, right? That's what they use. They use Office 365. I'll tell you right now, I use Office 365 mainly for mail, but a lot of my clients that I deal with, as well, they use Excel, and there are certain features of Excel, right? Power Maps, for example, Power Pivot, those kind of features where you really you don't find those features in the Google version or the Apple version of spreadsheets. So because of that, that's kind of one of the other reasons why I got Office 365. For that, but I'm not a fan of that at all. Now, because I own my configuration, I could easily go in and change it to make sure that it does not default to Bing. I have that control, and of course, I will be doing that. But for everybody else, everybody else that has to deal with, one day waking up like, hey, let me go search, and then realizing that their search is not as good as it used to be. Right, their search is not giving the same results that you want. Again, Bing could be great now. I have no idea. I haven't used it in a few months. I'm just not a fan of that, though, man. I'm not a fan of Microsoft. Again, I started liking Microsoft more and more the last couple of years. They have accepted open source. They have the .NET now is available on Linux. Big fan of that. I use a Mac, so I could build If I want to write, an app in C Sharp, I could do it using a Mac now. There are a lot of things that they were doing that I have been a big fan of the last couple of years, which I saw it as them going down the right path. And then now they come up with this crap about coming out, ultimately adding this extension, a Chrome extension, that is going to default your browser. And my concern is, and that's where I need to do some more additional research on my side, that either A, the employee, do they have the right to just go into the settings and change it? Now, if they can, once that change happens, they could just easily change it back to, Chrome search engine, easily go in and change it to Chrome search engine, and then, hey, done deal, right? I think what's going to happen, though, not everybody's going to know the difference until they start searching, of course, and I guess they realize that it says Bing on top. Instead of saying Chrome, it says Bing. And that's when they realize that the search is now using Bing. And there's a lot of people, man. What I'm about to say, not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but there's a lot of non-technical people out there where they're not going to know how to change it. They're going to be like, why does it say Bing? How do I make it say Google again? They're not going to know how to change it. And they're going to be like, hey, I'm stuck with it, so I gotta keep using it. And, in my opinion, doing some shady shit to try to attract other users. How about build a good search engine that people want to go to? How about doing that, Microsoft, to get your users, right? Not having to, get them from the back end and, trick them, right? Ultimately trick them to come to your search engine. Again, I'm just not a big fan of that. I think it's kind of shady. But I thought it was very interesting, right, that they're doing this. This is Google browser. Can they come up with some shit and, let's say, break their extension? I think they can. And we'll see what happens. Maybe they do that, right? Maybe I see Microsoft do that all the time as well. When people come up with add-ons to, let's say, Excel, Management Studio, Visual Studio, and so on, and then they just make a small change, and now that add-on breaks. It doesn't work anymore. So that company making the add-on has to keep pushing up updates to accommodate these changes that Microsoft is doing. Not trying to say they're doing it intentionally, right? Because they may not be doing it intentionally, but they can be. Who knows, right? So I'm actually hoping that Google comes out with an update that breaks their extension. And now Microsoft new feature, right? In order to maintain it, they're gonna have to keep pumping out new updates on this extension. And maybe they'll get tired after a while and be like, hey, it's not worth it. I don't know, right? We'll see what it is. It's not an issue to me. Again, and I use Office 365. I do like the tool because I'm the admin of my license. I could easily disable this. Now there's going to be a lot of IT admins that are probably going to follow and keep it on, whether they even realize it, because by default it's going to be on. Again, who knows what's going to happen in that area. I just think, though, what they're doing is kind of shady. I think it's cool that they add that feature as an option. I think it's shady that they're making it be set by default. And then, now people have to go in and change it if they even know how to change it. And then that doesn't even take into consideration if it's configured in a way where it requires an admin password to even change it. If they do that crap, man, that's a bunch of BS. We'll find out if that's the case. But I just thought this was very interesting, what they're doing. But just overall, I thought it was shady. What do you think, right? Leave your comments below. Do y'all think that this is Microsoft's way of, hey, we're going to steal, searches from Google, and this is the only way we know how to do it because we can't compete and we man up. Maybe that's what it is, right? Or do y'all think this is fair game? Do you think that, hey, Microsoft is not in the wrong? They're actually doing what they do best, and they have the right to do this. I don't know, right? Leave your thoughts. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think? What does this mean to you if, in your corporation? If they're using Office 365, if you're a Chrome, user, and now you're being forced to use Bing as your default search engine. I mean, what are your thoughts, right? I mean, I do want to hear your thoughts on this. Leave your comments below. Go ahead and subscribe. Again, go and subscribe. Man, I will appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. My plan is to grow it this year in 2020. Any support I could get, much, much appreciative. It really is. So go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and peace.